between to collect a few items that I had initially forgotten to pick up when I was preparing. The biggest thing was I ran through Millicent's questline, picked up the winged sword insignia. I went back to Stormvale to get the claw talisman. I picked up the black knife set along the way as well, because mostly just because it looks cool, but also because I mistakenly thought it might help me with the Ordino Everdale, which it didn't. Beyond that, I briefly returned to the tower settlement here, because it turns out that there is a key that lets you open that door in the sewers that I completely missed. I went down there and got a new weapon, which we aren't using right now, but I'll show you what it is. The Poisoned Hand, which is a horrifying glove made of human skin that poisons people. So yeah, that'll be great for an arcane build. But for now, the other thing I did was I upgraded the Quality Smith Script dagger and infused it with Quality Infusion so I can actually use it on this build as effectively as possible. It's very good for getting some hits in at a distance, which is quite handy against certain enemy types. The only other big thing I did was, while I was exploring a little down here, I accidentally stumbled into the Ruined Forge of Starfall Past, and I literally grabbed the Grace and came back out because I didn't want to explore it off camera. That seemed like something that would be much more interesting to do on camera. So we go right on down there. Pretty much now, actually. I say as I go completely in the wrong direction, but there's something over here, so I'm going to have a quick look first. Huh, why are some of them red? Do they... Oh crap, those can attack you. Well, we've got to fight it, right? Okay, never mind, we do, like, no damage. Go right past them, see what this cave is, come back to them later. Well worth it for the Erdtree fragment alone. Is this? Okay, I am not equipped to deal with those guys. Perfumers, on the other hand, can absolutely get behind fighting those guys. As long as I'm relatively careful, of course. Try and lure them in one at a time, so I don't have to. Yeah, the range on these is not infinite, but it is pretty long. I'd say treat it more like you would a standard weapon than the throwing knife projectile, than the throwing knife consumable. It does go further if you use piercing throw though, which is also pretty good for if you end up attracting a crowd. Also, this kind of looks like a minor Erdtree. Well, not a minor Erdtree, but like the starts of a minor Erdtree. And there was a new miracle under it. Greatly heals HP for distant allies the spell reaches. So a projectile healing spell. For even when far beyond, far out of sight, the Erdtree will surely give its blessing. So the Erdtree does have a presence here. However small. See, I'm glad I immediately abandoned my original plan and walked in a random direction, because we found something cool. And that's how you get to these poison lakes. Okay. Gonna go ahead and throw my lamp on, just so I can see the ground under me in the darker bits. Oh, don't know why I assumed, like, for example, things these are great for. flying enemies, knocks them straight out of the sky. So it's actually pretty good for dealing with the birds that we've been running into. I think the martial arts are still the right call once they're in melee range, though. Definitely not competing with us on damage there. Oh, there's like whole clusters of these birds now. Like, they're not too bad one-on-one, but when you fight them as a group, they can be a little difficult. Not impossible, obviously, but definitely requires a bit of strategy. We will go back and explore the damn forge, but I do want to... Okay, so if they take flight, swap the daggers, knock them down. Otherwise, I think martial arts are the way to go against these guys. Yep. Palm strike is almost definitely the best way to handle these guys when they're on the ground. Damage is better too. I do need to get a bit better practice with those knives. Because now we're going to have to do this entire bit over again. Looks like there might be a little bit of a technical issue, so the stream will be back shortly.